best of 7, and I'll continue to correct me, Sean.
Important that we say both. This is the Hart doing an amazing job avenging himself, to be honest. The only player who's taken him down in a BO3 is Dongray Gu. In that first game of the start of the extended series, I mean, Hart just playing just very, very cunning. And here we see a barracks going down up north. Would not be surprised to see a second barracks. And it's at this moment that you got to pause and say, oh yeah, Dongray Gu chose this map. A 2 racks incoming from the Terran.
Right. I mean, and you know, map selection is such a big deal as players just really, oh, look at that. We've got the other run going on the other side. And will he actually scout? You know, that's the thing. I mean, in these situations, I think we've seen DRG get 2 racks before. And there's the first one, goes down. Is he going to check for the one in the bottom?
Well, let's see how sharp he is. Dongray Gu is the best Zerg player in the world.
There it is.
Spots the barracks at the bottom side.
But, I mean, DRG has dealt with this before. In fact, there he's going to harass an SCV, could possibly pull another one down. That's exactly what's happening now. Hart, though, we saw him get really aggressive versus Idra. And I do think that, you know, in a situation like this, he applied that pressure well. He also did the push. That wasn't much of a push. It was a secondary push that was really the killer.
Yeah, and I mean, that is always the sign of really, honestly, a GSL level player. The one who does not think this attack is designed to win now. It is one step in a sequence of attacks that will wear the opponent down. Right now, what Dongray Gu needs to not do is panic. We've seen him again and again play so calm in this spot, but on this map specifically, Zergs tend to have a lot of issue with these 2 racks plays. The number one reason the 2 racks is going down is DRG cannot get his gas geysers up and needs to spend too much money on defense.
Right now, we've only have 6 Zerglings going to be out right now, 4 out on the field too, so he's really you know, he's really not responding, especially in the same way that he did versus Marine King Prime. And there we have the CC going down for Hart.
And both barracks airborne. Go to the units lost tab. 0, 0, 0, 0. That's extremely uncommon. First blood as a pair of lings do run headfirst into the ground with bullets in them.
But, you know, actually, DRG's probably a bit relieved to see this because there might not be a big attack after it, especially when he sees that the barracks isn't where it was before. He's going to know that likely this pressure is going to subside a little bit. As he peeks up to the front, he's going to send one ling up there knowing he's going to get trapped. He'll just beat away, and look at his vision. He does see the 2 racks up there.
He sees one command center as well, but the second command center coming down for Hart as he does get ready for that macro play, but I'm not so sure how much I'm going to like it on this particular map. I mean, Hart is obviously going to have a very difficult time getting up a 3rd base. He could take the expansion at the left, very far away by ground. He could take the expansion on the right, a little closer by ground, but has a lot of wide open attack paths. So, I mean, honestly, I think DRG is probably going to be going just pretty typical macro hatch somewhat soon, continuing to stay on a relatively low tech tier. But it looks like I may. Oh, whoa! Hart moves all the way up with those Marines.
Hey, even I didn't expect that, as he is going to go ahead and make it out. This is going to force about 8 Zerglings out. Queen's going to get in the mix on this as well. And there's certainly going to be drones lost here, as you see the count go to 2, 3, 4, maybe even getting a 5th. That nope, the Marines are going to go ahead and get out of there. But a quick scout of the base will also be handy as these Zerglings come out. He's not going to get close enough to that hatchery to see anything. Did he? I'm not sure if he actually did even see it, but I guess seeing if there was a lair would be very...
Oh, this is cute as hell. Complexity Hart rushing for an eBay to build a fast planetary fortress at the 3rd. No way. Oh, man, that is so sexy.
Yeah,
oh my God,
if you're going to take that position, we talked about this earlier, how much resources actually go into taking down a planetary. You've got to be pretty much ahead, not expecting any sort of a big push to be able to dedicate something like that.
At still this point, the Terran needs to make sure that that one base stays as hidden as possible. We see some gunfire going down, hard to hear over the waterfall. But DRG does manage to pull back with those Zerglings. And the loudest sound effect in StarCraft 2 is, of course, the waterfall. Looks like there's
now. The eBay, of course, now getting +1 weapons as more and more bio units come out. We're having a reactor thrown down on one of the barracks right now, and it is exclusively Marines at this point for Complexity Heart. Like, I'm really curious to see where he plans to go from here. Here we have 2 more reactors, and I mean, Marine all day is what we're seeing.
I actually think Hart has one choice that he can do with a lot of success, and that is to go straight for medevacs, focus on upgrades, Marines, and mobility, because his expansion just got spotted on the top side. The best way that he's going to have to deal with this is a large, mobile, fast force. Sure, he has the planetary fortress, but you can never discount the efficiency of mutas, banelings, zerglings harassing you on 3 different fronts at once.
There is not a Baneling nest right now for DRG, and I mean, I'm a little surprised he is pooling 650 gas right now as Lair is finished.
Ooh, it could be Infestor time, and
yeah,
boom, there it goes down
is.
on the north.
Now, that obviously going to be phenomenal versus an all-Marine army. The third is going down about 30% complete. We do have some Zerglings starting to move in now. There's a good little placement here. Watch out for that supply depot. It is down. Marines not going to be able to circle back and get a flank on these Zerglings, so they will be able to continue to grab some vision. But right now, Hart's just interested in patrolling, taking out any units that he possibly can as he continues to increase his Marine count. Now is producing those tanks. Siege, of course, is going to be on his way next, and also getting a reactor on his starport.
But honestly, the amount of tanks that you need to have a good push is not going to be 1 or 2. This factory is going to need to be building tanks for a long time before Hart can really incorporate them into battle. At this point, Hart is either committing himself to passivity, or he's really going to have to kick into high gear with those medevacs. Looks like the starport built its own reactor, fairly uncommon in this day and age, but we do see, whoa, the cancel go down. Weird. Oh, he sees that the Infestor play is coming up, and he realizes he's going to need to get some kind of Marauder count up high.
Okay, well, we've got that switching over then as it takes the reactor of that barracks, and now we have still Lings around the map. And one thing to note about DRG is with this double Evo chamber style of play, he is really accelerating on the upgrades in comparison to Complexity Heart, which with an all-Marine army is certainly going to play in his favor. Here, a single Marine is going to scout that base, see that it's up, and there's plenty going on. And right now, DRG just with an amazing coverage, although we do see the vision of Complexity Heart pretty much limited to his side of the map. DRG starting to get that creep spread far out, has Lings all over that south or the southern third that Hart would be using. Here we have a slight engagement now. Oh, they're going to go in for the surround.
Nice play by DRG, picking off anything he can. Planetary Fortress comes to bat, does a little bit of damage, but we see right now that Dongriku has amazing vision coverage, and only about now does that third expansion really start kicking into high gear. Until this time, all the money's been spent on SCVs, the command center itself, the planetary, the defenses for it, all of that. Finally now, just leaves an incredible income for Hart. He has a huge amount of barracks now, already just spreading down to the south end of his base.
This drop, he's going to go ahead and he's just going to attack it. It's not moving. The Infestors move forward. A perfect fungal.
Ouch.
The surround with the Lynx. He'll chain it with another fungal, and it gets completely thwarted. And listen.
Oh, look at the north side, though. A great play. He knows that those Infestors were out of position, sprints up. He has already done 1 stim. He's going to need to do 2 as those Zerglings are coming in closer and closer. He misses the stim. The surround goes down. There it is. He could have maybe gotten that hatch down, but right now in the army of Hart, he has 5 Marines, 4 Marauders, and 4 tanks, looking very grim on the macro front.
That the reason that drop was actually there, just sitting there idle, was because DRG had a single Ling, and he unloaded the entire 2 medevacs to kill that Ling. And that was just enough for DRG to go, hey, these are free units right here. And really, this is a great move by DRG as he comes in with a swell of Zerglings, no siege on those tanks currently, and he will be forced to move this army back some more. But these quick pokes by DRG, they're really, really becoming effective, and his creep spread is starting to take over his side of the map.
As we see those Zerglings are positioned, the Infestors are there as well with that burrow, and there's the 3-3-3 chitinous plating coming down. Ultras maybe en route, and DRG surrounding all those units. The tank siege up, they need to target fire the Infestors, and oh, the burrow at the last second, right as the tanks are about to fire, the auto target misfires, and there DRG with a smooth clean up. Oh, loses the Infestors. Hart does have pretty decent upgrades for this stage in the game, but he's desperately needing to start that +3.
Yeah, I mean, he is desperately going to need it. As +3's like, oh, it's already halfway done for the Zerg player DRG. And right now, even with oh, there we go, some Burrowed Banelings finally coming into play, putting them in a great position. However, the attack is going up the northeast side of this particular map. We've got a lot of Zerglings moving into position. Infestors are out, and the first couple of Ultras are either on the field or about to hit. And here we go, another great fungal with the surround.
Ouch.
And DRG, you know, really, I think, choosing this map because of that huge surface area in which he can control his units and engage exactly like that.
Macro units pouring out of the main of Complexity Heart, and now Dongray Gu heading to the left side. The planetary is wide open.
Here he goes, moving in. 2 Ultras going to take that damage from the front, and the Lings will start to move in. If the SCVs move, and there's the Fungals on the SCVs.
And the extra Expo falls, and now he's moving up north past the Burrowed Banelings. Dongray Gu can strike with them at any moment.
Oh, yes, he can, but he's not going to. He's just going to siege up, try to get these units out of here. Was not able to lift. A drop did go to the north side of the base.
Nice Baneling hit right at the unsieged DRG. Manages to snag him again with a fungal. More units coming up from Hart. The Burrow Baneling unburrowed. Whiffed fairly hard, and there Hart with the GG.
I mean, at that point, it was just match security. Having those Banelings there, even getting one quick